it's like you play with my son. You know, like there is no coming back from that.
Okay, guys, Nicholas Rosenberg here, Downtown Arts District, Cult Media Studios. And today we got a special guest today. We got Bonnie LASHAY. Let's shout out to Bonnie.
Hey,
All right, so where did you grow up?
So I grew up in San Diego, California, born and raised.
Okay, tell me about your home life. What was it like?
So growing up, you know, I didn't grow up just in a typical mom and dad family. I grew up in foster care. And, you know, wait, before we go there, no statements. I need an attorney.
Right, so what we say is, I have no statement.
I have no
want
statements.
my lawyer.
I want my lawyer.
Okay, so if you're lawyering up in 10 minutes, that means we got a lot to talk about.
We do.
All right, so San Diego, and you're in the system.
Yeah, until I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And then how did your upbringing influence your music?
So basically, I grew up in foster care. You know, my mom has 9 of us. You know, I was like the only one. Well, I wouldn't say the only one, but I was separated from all my siblings. And there are some siblings that I don't know. And since I was like 4 years old, I've always been into music and acting. And, I would see, people on TV, and I would always want to be on TV. But that was like my only outlet to, what I was going through. And I grew up in church. So I would do a lot of church choirs and solos, piano, guitar, all of that. It was like an outlet for me.
That's awesome. What were some of your biggest influences growing up?
So my biggest influences, I loved Chris Brown, Beyonce, Her Cater to You. I'm a end of the 90s era, so I grew up in 97, So like all the 2000 music is like my favorite. Aaliyah, rest in peace. So yeah.
I gotcha. And did you face pressure to take a different path from music?
So basically, like, growing up the way I grew up, it's not a really pressure. It's like you just do what you have to do in life, There are no right or wrong way, I feel like. I mean, obviously there is a wrong way, but you just gotta like do what's best for you. Growing up in the system, being from family to family, and, like basically growing up without your mom, your dad, your family, your siblings, you just kind of have to like make the best decisions. A lot of people, they let it like defeat them. And then that's when they're like in the street. But some people really don't have a choice. But I feel like, you got to do what's best for you. If that's what you need to do, then, but for me, I definitely feel like I'm trying to make a difference. And I'm trying to like, just tell people like they don't have to like, just because they went through so much, they don't have to go down a certain path. You can take a right path and make your dreams come true or do better in life, So
did you ever run in the streets?
I wouldn't necessarily run in the streets because I went through so much. There was like this foster home that I ended up having to get taken away from. Horrible things happening there. And yeah, like I ended up reuniting with my family, my sisters, when I was like 14. And we went to a group home. It's called San Pasqual Academy. And so there it was like really like a boarding school kind of. Like they had school. I was doing cheerleading, gymnastics, competitively, running track. I was in sports. I was in high school. I did graduate high school. But yeah, I mean, I didn't grow up with money or anything. Like I didn't have my mom. So even after that, I aged out of the foster care at 18. So I still had to like take care of myself, So, I mean, growing up in foster care though, you do get support if you choose to take the support.
Now, it sounds like you did a lot of self-parenting. Where did you get your value system from?
I got my value system just believing in God. And I had faith when I was young, when I was 4 years old. I mean, that's when I was old enough to realize that there was a God and that there was someone that was watching over me. There were angels. And I just knew that I was like different. I just knew that I had to make it. I was a fighter my whole life. You know, I've been in life or death situations. And so I knew that growing up, like I was a star. I knew that there was more for me in this world than what it was offering, you know?
Right. You had vision. Now, is Bonnie LASHAY your real name?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I'll give
It's
you
my
a
artist name.
shout out.
It is my real name. You can Google me.
Right.
Yeah.
I got you. Now, when was the first moment when you said, I can do this, I can do the music?
I've always knew I could do music. I used to sing with my best friend in 3rd grade, and we used to have competitions of who could sing better, and you know. And then in these foster homes, like the foster parents were mean, so they'd be like, "You can't sing, like you can't do music, like you know." They would put me down, so I basically stopped. I stopped completely, and then just like a few years ago, I was like, you know what, I want to do music again, and I really took it seriously just a few years ago.
So you had a break from 3 and 4 until a few years ago?
No, so I had a break from when I was like maybe 16 or 14, like in high school. Because I did like choir and everything in high school and like voice lessons. But then, you know, I really seriously took it serious a few years ago, like during COVID.
Right.
Yeah.
Tell me one personal battle you had to face before your career took off.
One personal battle. I would say maybe just not like letting people scare me into like not believing into myself, letting people's flaws reflect on me, and letting that like take over who I am as a person. You know, I grew up all over the place, and I was bullied in middle school, and you know, like sometimes like certain things I carry like with me, and I act, you know, like I'm super bubbly and stuff, and not everyone can handle my personality because I'm such a light. And I'm not just trying to gas myself. Like that's just me. I really feel like I'm positive, and not everyone likes that. So I would let certain things like reflect on me, or jealousy of different people around me reflect on me, until I had to get the confidence in myself to like really do what I wanted to do, you know?
I do. I was going to say you have a very positive vibe.
Thank you.
That you bring into the room.
You too.
Which you light up. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'll take that. All right. So as a woman in hip hop, have you ever experienced any pushback?
Actually, a few, you know, being so popular now, there's like, you know, different comments and commenters, and, you know, I was signed to Blueface. I was on his TV show, and, you know, unfortunately that didn't work out for me, and, you know, my calling and my walk and purpose and everything. So, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a pushback, but it was kind of just like, it was more of a stepping stone, but then also it kind of did push me back because I felt like, oh, I'm not where I want to be yet, or I'm not, you know, it made me think that I was like not going as hard in certain areas. But, you know, God has a purpose for everyone. And if it's just not your timing or not your purpose or not even your light to be in, then it's not for you, and you can't force it. It's an energy thing. You just really can't force, you know, certain things to collide and collaborate, you know?
How did that connection with Blueface come about?
It was during COVID. And I met him at his music video. And, you know, we was kind of feeling each other and everything. And then like we got each other's numbers and we would hang out and stuff. And then when he was shooting, he's gonna shoot the BGC show, you know, I texted him, I was like, oh, you're shooting a show? He's like, yeah, be on it. So basically my process was super easy from everyone else. They had to like do a whole like audition and everything, rehearse and everything. And he was like, yeah, just be on it. So basically I got to be on it, and I was a star on the show. At the end, you know, he kept me, and a lot of the other girls had to go home, so.
Did you feel like that was God putting you on your path?
I did. In the moment, I really thought like, damn, I'm about to make it. Like this is, you know, I had only been doing music for like 3 months. And then he signed me. So I was like, what the hell is this? Is fate? Like this has gotta be, this is a dream, you know? But I did let a lot of people get in my ear that I thought supported me. And I let a lot of people come, you know, against me and kind of like And I was going through so much personal stuff when I was, signed with him that I couldn't even put my full focus onto it. So it wasn't that it wasn't like fate or God. It was just like God was just showing me a piece of like what I could have. He's like, this is the life that you could have, even better. But he basically was showing me like, you got it, but you got to work way harder for it. It's not going to come this easy. And this is not what I want you around. I just want you, to see. So I think it was more of like a showing or a calling, and then really to step into my own purpose. Now I'm doing fashion. I went to Milan Fashion Week, sold out shows in Milan Fashion Week, walking the runway. I'm dropping a song, Party All Night. I'm actually out here in LA. I'm shooting my music video. You're more than welcome to come.
Cool.
I am getting so many sponsorships and deals and L'Oreal and makeup brands and just a lot of different good things that I'm doing that I never thought I was going to be able to do. A lot of TV show offers and like things are really moving forward. And it's crazy because you just never know like how life is, which way is going to turn. It can go either way, but I know that this is like my purpose, and I'm so grateful to be walking into it. And I want to also say thank you for having me. I'm so grateful to be here too,
Much love, much love.
Thank you.
Now, tell me about your team, because I feel like you've got a good team around you.
I do. So about a year ago, I got my big cousin. She was blowing me up, and, we talked and everything, and I was like, you should manage me, because she's been to like film school and, managing. She's managed a bunch of people already. And I was like, you know what? And it's my family, my big cousin, and she supports me. I got my best friend, Shameli. I got my promoter, Brandon. We got some more supporters, Young D. I got a lot of people that support me, and it really did take a team to make this happen. It wasn't me by myself. Like, I had confidence, but I don't think I had that much confidence to like push myself. They do all the back work for me. I just need to look cute and do the job, So I have an amazing team,
I agree. Now, have you ever reached a point in this process where you just felt like giving up?
I mean, you have thoughts all the time, but it's now or never. And it's like, if you really want this life as bad as you say you want this life, you can't give up. It takes one person to believe in you, and you got to believe in yourself first, because no one's going to take you serious. No one's going to believe in you. No one's going to hold your hand. No one's going to take care of you. There's no one going to save you. You have to do it yourself. I have to save myself. In order to do that, I have to start with myself, reflect, take some, meditate, yoga, whatever it takes to keep pushing, because I have a kid. I can't give up. I don't have a choice. So
what keeps you grounded when things get tough?
I like to meditate. I like listening to sound baths. I like praying. I'm vegetarian now. I like to eat clean. I like picnics with my kid. I like being a mom. Like, this life is good. It's amazing. I've done so much. I've accomplished so much, But I like family time, the thing that I missed so much as a kid. That's what I like.
So you're like giving a childhood that you never had?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you have a son or a daughter?
A son.
A son. Okay.
Shout out Armani.
Yeah, shout out Armani.
Armand the Don, my baby.
How would you describe your style and your sound with the music?
My style and sound. So I would say I'm like R&B. I do rap, so I could fit in the hip hop category as well. I would say I would sound really good on a song with like SZA, Nicki Minaj, Drake, St. John, Coi Leray, Lotto, turn it up a little bit, Glorilla. So yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Which of your songs came from a real life situation that you went through?
A real life situation?
I mean, it might be edited, but inspired.
So, okay, I got a couple of diss songs that was a real life situation.
Right? Let's spill that tea.
Yeah, so I have a song called Bad Girl. I made that like a while back. It was just airing out, living with Blueface and Krishan, the situation. And then also, That's My Daddy. That's recent. I just dropped that song a year ago, less than a year ago. And, that's just me popping my shit. Me and Blueface will always be friends. A lot of people take my stuff and they take it out of context and they twist and turn and twist my words. But, you know, I always will love and support Blueface. And I did come out with a song actually inspired by his manager, Whack.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Whack 100.
Yeah.
Now, Krishan and you, what's the relationship?
Non-existent.
Okay. All right. I'll take that one-word answer.
And I don't, honestly, I hate to always bring this up because it bothers me so much. But when I was living with Blueface and, you know, signed with him and everything, she was living there. He like got her a dog, I had my kid. And there was a time where I wasn't there, or I could have been like taking a nap, or I just wasn't around. And she went live and she pointed a gun at my son. And it was a real gun. Apparently there was no bullets in it, but Blue would have, you know, shit around the house. And it's like, everyone was sending it to me. And I'm like, she would never do that. That's crazy. Like, we all hung out. Like, she would, you know, help me with my kids sometimes. And I seen it and they sent the clip over. And I was like, that's crazy. 'Cause even when I was there, I never knew that. So it's like you play with my son, you know, like there is no coming back from that. So
I got you.
Yeah.
No second chances.
Hey, no statements.
Right? Yeah, just remember that.
Yeah.
What do you hope your audience takes away from your music?
I hope that they take, you know, being a boss, getting money, cutting off fake people, old ties, just loving themselves, making it, beating the odds. That's what I want them to get out of my music.
Okay. So like a teacher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What role does pain play in your creative process?
What role does pain, what does that mean? What do you mean?
Do you draw on moments of pain when you're creating? How's this? What's your inspiration?
Yeah, you know what? Actually, I love going to the studio when I'm like sad. I don't know. It's like I make my best music when I'm like sad. I don't even know what I'd be sad about. It's just a feeling that comes and I just, you know, go in the studio and I make my music. Or I could be with my friends and we just vibing out and I'm just in the studio, you know? So really like anything that I make does come from the heart. Cause I feel like, you know, like you could go in the studio and just make a random song. But most of the time I'm like so eager to go in the studio when I'm feeling away. I don't know what I'd be feeling away about. I'm just a sad girl in a pretty girl's body for real, you know?
I got you. Well, I'll agree with the last thing you said. What's your biggest collab so far?
My biggest collab, I want to say my biggest collab is L'Oreal and LA Fashion Closet. You know, we went to Milan, Italy. We did a fashion show. L'Oreal sponsored the whole thing. I think that's one of my biggest collabs.
Now, it seems like you do a lot with the fashion.
Yeah, I do.
Tell me about that.
Okay, so honestly, growing up, I never was like a big fashion person. I always had to dress a certain way because I was with, you know, my foster mom who was like making me dress like a boy, ugly hairstyles, all types of stuff. And growing up, like I always wanted, like I would have my Barbies, I always wanted to dress like my Barbies. And, you know, with my team and like their style, they helped put me together a little bit. So I've learned along the way, like how to dress and just for different events and occasions, you know, like my manager styled me today, you know?
Right.
So shout out to Jess once again.
Yeah, shout out to Jessica West. All right. Now, what does your family say about your career? What's their reaction?
They love it. They support me, you know? Really, no one can say anything. You know, I raised myself. So at the end of the day, it's like you're either going to support me or you don't. But life is moving on and life is moving fast and I'm on my way. So I'm well on my way, actually.
Have you ever encountered jealousy?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody does.
How did you deal with it?
I keep shining.
Right.
I keep shitting on them, you know? I keep making them mad.
Right. So who are some of the most memorable people you've met in the industry so far?
My good friend, Donald Sterling.
Okay.
He's one of my mentors. And right now, like I'm into like Roth IRAs and stocks and bonds and a lot of like my wealth and everything. You know, he's taught me a lot about that. He's a great friend to me. Actually one of the memorable people in my life. Blueface, obviously. There's so many. Everyone is my friends, you know.
Do you see yourself with your own fashion line?
I do. Actually wanted to drop a clothing brand. I'm still designing.
Okay.
I can't quite say the style or anything because I'm creative and I'm weird. I want it to be just weird. Like I want people to just be like, oh, this is weird. I like it, you know? So it's like I'm a pretty girl, but I'm weird as fuck. Like I'll wear some weird ass shit.
Weird AF.
I'm telling you, I would wear some weird ass stuff. So yeah.
What was that dress Nicki Minaj wore with like the goose on it?
With the
Remember
what?
that? It was like a goose or a swan.
Yeah, I would do something like that for sure.
Disruptive.
Yeah, I'm bold like that, you know? You've got to be bold. You got to have tough skin in this industry. And it's all fashion. It's all style. There's no wrong or right when it comes to fashion, you know? So.
Tell me something about you that no one else knows.
Something about me?
Like your fans.
I have ADHD.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right.
I actually been battling it my whole entire life. And I had, with training with my team and everything, I had to learn to like, during like interviews, like I would cut people off so much. I had to learn to like simmer down, let them speak, calm down. It's okay. So yeah, that's something I would say like, yeah.
Do you ever feel like you have a lot going on in your head and you just want to get it out there real quick?
Yeah.
Is that what you've learned to do, is slow that down?
Well, I think for me, sometimes I forget what I'm about to say. So like you could be talking and I'm already thinking, and I'm not doing it in a rude way, but it's like, wait, but I have to say this, and then I'll forget. So that's kind of like what happens.
So let's say you forget. I'm going to use you drop the ball. What comes out? Spirit? When you forget what you were going to say, but something comes out, is that spirit?
No, I'll just be like, oh, I forgot what I was about to say. Like,
Okay.
I just forgot, you know?
Change the channel.
Yeah.
Do you have a pet peeve about the industry?
The pet peeve I would say I would have is really just, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a pet peeve. I think a lot of people are fake in the industry. You know, I think you should, for me, I pray to God that he keeps me, you know, safe and that he never lets me lose sight of him. The industry can be wicked. It can have a whole lot of, you know, different things, variations going on. So for me, I just think that I want to like stay in tune with myself. I don't ever want to lose myself. I don't ever want the money to make me. I want to make the money. And yeah, so I just ask God, like, just I put it in your hands. Like, if you're giving me this life, just walk me through it, though. Don't let me forget who I am as a person, you know?
Right.
I think people really forget who they are. They get the money, the fame, they start acting weird. Like, you ain't got to do all that, though, you know?
Do you ever feel misunderstood?
Yeah, sometimes I do. I feel like I said, all the comments and stuff, I don't look at the comments anymore. I've learned in this life, you cannot give a fuck at all. There's no fucks to give because people are always gonna have something to say. You can be doing good, bad. You can be being normal. I could take a picture of my son. Someone might say some crazy stuff. Oh, you're finally with your son. Not knowing I'm a single mother and my son's lived with me for his whole entire life. You know what I mean? They think I don't ever have my son. My son, literally, I'm a single mom. I am taking care of my son every single day. School, soccer, everything. You know, so it's like people, just because I don't show that to the world, they don't know. They just want to take what they think they know, flip it around and make something out of that, you know?
Now, do you ever fear what we now call cancel culture?
No, because in 24 hours, people forget. You go viral for something. Now the next thing is viral and everybody forgot about what you did or what happened or what they saw. So, I mean, I don't believe in cancel culture. If they want to cancel me. It's okay. But I'm still doing my shit. I'm still going to pop my shit every time. Not everyone's going to agree with what I'm doing, but that's okay. But that means shit stop because they don't agree. You know, actually, that's actually going to make me way more money. Y'all not agreeing with me. You feel
Because
me?
then you'll go more viral.
Yeah, thanks. Now I got another deal. Thank you.
Now, what does the phrase punching back mean to you?
Punching back means, you know, believing in yourself, having faith, never giving up. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Just staying strong, you know, and giving back to the community. That's what I think, beating the odds.
Beating the odds.
Yeah.
You beat the odds
I did.
in a big way.
Yeah.
That's an impressive journey. Have you ever had to fight to protect your artistic vision in the industry?
Yeah, I did actually. When I was signed with Blue, he, you know, I'm like a melodic type of artist. I like to sing and rap and, you know, and he was just trying to tell me to like only rap, you know, don't sing, don't like, he was putting me in a category telling me to be like Lil' Kim. And I just felt like I'm an artist. I really want to express myself, you know, so. And that's another thing. Like a lot of these record labels, like they give you a certain look or sound and stuff, but it's like I'm so diverse. Like you really can't just put me in one category. I can go here, 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 and here. You know, so I'm an Aquarius. When I feel caged or put in a box, I get scared. I gotta be like wild and free and do my thing. You know, otherwise I feel like I'm just like a slave or forced or not. It's not gonna be like genuine feeling, you know?
I do. Now, do you think the justice system understands artists who come from the streets?
I feel like they understand it, but they sometimes don't care to understand it. But a lot of these artists, I feel like, are definitely not just living an artist lifestyle, meaning they probably are still in the streets or doing certain things. And that might not be benefiting them in the best way, you know?
I do.
Yeah.
What would you tell to young artists out there, especially young women?
I would say pick yourself up and do it. Even if you want to give up, you got to do it again, because when there's, as bad as you say you want it, there's a girl right behind you on your heels already trying to run in front of you who wants it more. They're already at the door and you're still trying to figure out what you want to do. So if you really want something out of life, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be music. It doesn't have to be in the industry. Anything, lawyer, doctor, anything. Just go for it, because you really don't make moves or your best moves without risk. And I think like a lot of people are afraid of taking risks, you know? So take the risk.
What's next for Bonnie LASHAY?
What's next? So much stuff. So I'm about to drop my song, Party All Night. About to shoot the video. I have a lot of TV opportunities coming up. Some more fashion shows coming up, Dubai, March 2026. You know, more music dropping. And just, yeah, I got my Twitch account. I'm finna start live streaming. So the official Bonnie LASHAY. Yeah, so I just have a lot of stuff coming up that's, you know, oh, another thing too that's coming up that, well, I've already been doing this because I grew up in foster care. I like working with like a lot of like the community and giving back. And, you know, there's a thing called Just in Time. It's like a program that I was a part of when I was in foster care. You know, I could be a mentor there, and I also can, you know, donate and everything. So I've been working with that. And also they help you, like these programs, when you age out of foster care till you're 18 and even till you're like 24. So, you know, I'm 28 now, and I did age out of foster care. So I'm working with that on my TikTok. I'm giving like life lessons for Roth RAs, because what I want to say about that is I wish I would have just started sooner. You know, if you can start any time, but it's so much money to be made. It's like, and it's easy. Even if you put a little in every time, it goes up 12%. you know? So, I mean, I'm teaching a lot of stuff on there, but that's like kind of like my way of, you know, giving back and just, you know, like life coaching almost. Yeah.
Now, are you helping kids learn about financial literacy?
On my TikTok, yeah. So basically it's women and whoever is my audience, kids. I feel like this is more for an adult, like an 18 and up crowd. Cause I mean, if you're a kid, I guess you can kind of be like listening to learn. So when you are of age, you know, you get a bank account, you can get you a Roth IRA. I got my son one. His whole college is paid for. My mom, I could buy her house, you know? So it's like I have all this like stuff going on, and my only regret is just not starting sooner. That's like the only thing I could say is like, had I started when I was 18, you know, how much money I'd have by now. And this is not even the industry. This is not even coming from the money I make from being like in the industry. This is just anyone can do this, you know? So yeah.
That's great. Now, it sounds like you have a pretty busy schedule. Tell me about your video shoot.
It's my song called Party All Night. It's basically a song about a toxic relationship. And this song, I want to represent, you know, women that are in toxic relationships, and just kind of like, because, you know, like women abuse, because there's like a lot of, I grew up being abused, not just foster care. I grew up being abused, but as a child. And there's a lot of women that are like dying out here because they're in a relationship that they don't want to be in. And the song is called Party All Night. So you're probably wondering like, how does that coincide? But basically it's about a woman that is in a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship she doesn't want to be in. And in the video, she hallucinates or has a dream. She's like under the influence. She has a dream and she's like partying. She's in a strip club. She's on the beach. She's having throwing a party. She's with all her friends. And at the end of the video, it was never real. She was never with anything. She woke up and she was still under the influence and still with this toxic guy. It's like you could live your life and all you have to do is, you know, take that leap of faith and leave. And, you know, and sometimes it's not that easy for these women. You know, sometimes they really are stuck in relationships that they don't want to be in. I had a lot of friends that were in relationships like that, you know? So this song is just maybe a little motivation to put awareness on that.
What are some red flags in personal relationships that you've seen?
Everyone has like different red flags. And, you know, for me, like I have a kid. And it's like, if you aren't me, I don't know. I take relationships a little too serious. Like if I like you, I really like you, you know? So I just feel like if you're not, you know, involving my kid in what we do, I can't take you serious. There's no real relationship happening there. If you're not, if you're lying and like I can see that you know, you're not coming home. If we live together, let's just say we live together, or you're just lying about the small things in the beginning. I'm a people reader. I know how to read body language. I know how to see the smallest detail, even a smirk in your face, a change in a facial expression. If I peep anything, it's like I just know. I'm like one of those, like I could be a detective. You know, I could be your partner for real. We need to, you know? So basically I just think like it's the red flags are in the beginning. A lot of women skip past them, and it's like, it's whatever you want out of the relationship. You know, if they don't have money, but you see they're not buying anything, okay, that's kind of a red flag. Or if, you know, you have a kid and they're not, you know, being like bringing your kid up or trying to make an effort, then that's like another red flag, you know? Me, I'm a mom, so I have to think about my kid first in everything I do.
Right. Okay, so how can people out there find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram at the official Bonnie LASHAY, TikTok at the real Bonnie LASHAY, Twitch at the official Bonnie LASHAY, YouTube Bonnie LASHAY, Apple Music, Spotify, and all the music sources, Pandora Music, iHeartRadio, Bonnie LASHAY.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming out. Much love. Nicholas Rosenberg, Punching Back Podcast, Cult Media Studios. We're out.
Thank you.